Alright, let me just get everything else set up here. There's a lot to set up when it comes to doing this. Ooh, I also need to mute that. Wait, no, that's the Wi-Fi. That's not the volume. There, muted. Okay, we're good. Man, so I had a lot of trouble last night when it comes to my computer. I had some computer problems last night. In the sense that my computer ran out of storage space. And I'm just thinking, how was that even possible? I don't have anything on my computer. Like, nothing at all. I don't save any pictures, I don't download any videos, any music. All the videos that I have, all the videos I edit, well, once they're exported, I send them to external hard drives and then I delete them off of my computer to make space. I have nothing on my computer, so how could I possibly have ran out of space? Oh wow, there's absolutely nothing around. Okay, so what do I need still? I still need all the evolution lines. Oh yeah, I also wanted to look up. Can I even evolve a Scyther into a Scizor in this game? Or is Scizor exclusive to space-time distortions? Let me see. Is Metal Coat a thing in this game? Well, from just a quick glance, I don't see any Metal Coats. Okay, so let me just look it up. Is Scizor even evolvable in this game? Oh. No, it's not. It is space-time distortion only. Yeah, that makes sense. Because I see here... Legends Arceus. I see here on Cerebi, Alabaster Icelands, space-time distortion in Alabaster Icelands or nearby. I don't know what or nearby means. And then Cerebi also has a list of space-time distortion items you can pick up, and I don't see Metal Coat among that list. So it seems like I do have at least one space-time distortion exclusive I need to go after, that being Scizor. Okay, so what else do I need? Where do I get a Mr. Mime in this game? Alright, so I have a couple things to talk about today, including the shows. Mr. Mime Quest? Wait, hold on, let me see. Okay, it says here... Obsidian Fieldlands, Sand Gem Flats or nearby. Obsidian Fieldlands or Coronet Highlands, massive mass outbreaks. So what is this side mission I'm seeing that might guarantee a Mr. Mime? It's request 21. Oh, go to the map. Request 21. I don't even have it. Okay. So that begs the question, how do I get this? So let's see, if I go to a certain dude here in town... It's next to the water turbine. What is this even called? This water spinning wheel. Or how many do they have here? Oh, never mind, that's it. Does it have to be nighttime? Because I'm not seeing that guy here. Yeah, he would be standing here. How do I make it nighttime? Where's my house in this game again? Farm. Training ground. Oh, right. Your quarters. That's right. Let's go over. Let's see if I make it nighttime, if that would work. I love how my shoes just vanish off of my feet as I walk across my own place. What? What? What is this? What? Is this what I do to rematch Arceus? I just go to bed? Eternal battle. What did that say? Eternal battle revere? I bestow upon thee this test of skill and luck, and thou may try thy mettle in battle. Trust in thyself and see how long thou canst remain victorious. I don't want to. I didn't mean to do this. No. No. I'm out of here. Forgive me, God. I didn't know that was a thing. It's kind of like Ocarina of Time. You go to bed as Child Link and you get to rematch the bosses. Is it even nighttime now? No, it's not. What the hell? Wait, that's not even... Hold on, that's not even the right location for me to go. Unless it does have to be nighttime, I'm not sure. Let me just go take a look one more time. There should be a Mr. Mime somewhere in one of these back alleys. Not over here. Should we worry about Mr. Mime later? Well, I already spent all this time trying to find something about it. Okay, screw this. Let's worry about Mr. Mime later. What else do I need? Where is the Alpha Gudra? Alright. Looks like Coronet Highlands. I don't know, just go to a camp. I probably should have just gone to the standard camp. The Storndard. I need to go around here. Alright, so let me first tell you guys about not one, but two dreams I had last night. Yes, two. I had two dreams last night. The first dream I had, I was with my sister and we were walking around in a Toys R Us. Remember that? Remember those? And I saw two Hot Wheels that I just had to have. Okay, let me get ready. So, you know how Hot Wheels, they have more than one type of toy? You have the standard ones that are just the small little toy cars, but then they have other kinds. Like, they have slightly bigger ones, which are made with, like, a different material. Kind of like the Monster Jam series. Like, they have totally different sets of cars. So, I saw 2 Hot Wheels that I just had to have. Oh, wow, I didn't expect to catch that. Okay, sweet. Goodra's taken care of. Did I need Toxicroak? No, I don't. No, I don't. Okay. What about Rhyperior? Wasn't there a Rhyperior that could be caught somewhere? Anyway, so yeah, I saw 2 Hot Wheels cars that were, like, based off the same thing, but I remember have slightly different designs. So in my dream, I saw 2 separate Hot Wheels cars that were based off of the red shiny Genesect. How ridiculous is that? A Hot Wheels car based off of shiny Genesect. Like, it was just it was a red Hot Wheels car, and it was designed like Genesect. And you know, I love me my Genesect, especially the shiny. I don't really care about the regular the regular form. I really only like the shiny Genesect. I don't know, I feel like my dreams were mixing a bit, where, I don't know if I ever mentioned this, a couple years ago, at this point, many, many years ago, I was on the hunt for the shiny Genesect Pokemon Rumble U figure for the Wii U. Because, you know me, I collect amiibos, but I also wanted to collect kind of the precursor to amiibos, that being the Rumble U figures. And at the time, geez, this was like 8 years ago. At the time, I was able to find every available figure on eBay except for the red shiny Genesect. And I searched. Like, I just kept on searching the net. Amazon, any other, like, online shopping sites. I tried to find anywhere that would have the red shiny Genesect figure. Wow, these alphas are easy to catch. So you remember? Yeah. Did I ever tell you about the dream I had? How in my dream, I found one at a garage sale? Anyway, so yeah, in my dream, I found 2 red shiny Genesect designed Hot Wheels. Now, the first one was in the little 3-pack, where, you know, it's a pack of 3 Hot Wheels. And then the second one actually wasn't even for sale. It was displayed way high up, and it had some sort of sign on it. And I was just telling my sister, I have to have these. I need to have these. But that one, the second one, the bigger one, is on display. So, you know, I can't purchase it. So then I think my sister asked, like, why don't you just ask if you can purchase that one? I think in my dream I did. I did ask and I did buy it. But then I only bought one. I didn't buy the second. I don't know, I only bought one, and then as we left the store, in my dream I was sneakily on my phone buying it online. Not even buying it online. I remember online I was paying for it with the intention to go back to the store and pick it up. What the hell? Oh. Wow, I never had one of those spawn this close next to me before. I'm right now in the Coronet Highlands. Is there anything here I need? Well, yeah, this place has all the fossils, of which I need the alphas for. Okay, let me see. What else do I need that I might be able to get here? Where can I get Togepi in this game? Let me look. And I remember in my dream buying the second one, the small one in the 3-pack, cost me like $50. I'm just thinking to myself, that is ludicrous. I spent like $100 for the big one, and the small one, it's like $50. That's insane. I don't know, just a ridiculous dream of mine that I found 2 different shiny Genesect Hot Wheels that I just had to buy. Man, I used to collect Hot Wheels like crazy when I was younger. But then I stopped because I realized, well, I'm just wasting money. I'm collecting them just for the sake of collecting them. I'm never going to have a complete collection because they're just always going to make more. So I stopped collecting them. Now, that doesn't mean I completely stopped buying them. Every now and then, I'll browse the toy section as a grown-up man. And if I see one I like, I'll pick it up. Oh wow, that spawned much faster than I thought. Okay, get this off my screen. I can't see anything. Anyway, so that was the first dream I had, and then I think I may have woken up to use the bathroom. I'm tempted to catch that Dusk Noir. What? That Dusk... Oh my god. Oh look, the Dusclops is back. Okay. You had a dream last night that you found a shiny Excadrill, and as I went to catch it, I accidentally hit reload last save and I lost it. Well, you can make that dream a reality. Not the failing part, but the shiny Excadrill part. Okay, the second dream I had is a little bit more bizarre, as if the first one wasn't bizarre enough. So in the second dream, I was out with my mom and sister. We were at a mall. We were at a faraway mall, kind of like, I don't know, Von Mill. And we were just sitting down, eating. And in my dream, we weren't even eating at the food court. We were eating at, like, the corner of the mall, whatever. Oh, this alpha chooses to be difficult to catch. So, my mom, my sister, and I, we were eating at a faraway mall. And then I noticed on my phone, the security cameras back at the house, back at home, had a bunch of cars pulling up frantically, too. And I even thought to myself, I know exactly what this is. This is like a raid. This is like people pulling up to cause damage. And I even remember in my dream, I said out loud, I've been present when they pulled up before. Something like that. I've been present when they attacked before. Like, I was there when they pulled up to attack. So, in my dream, the security cameras at my house, I saw, like, at least 2 cars pull up, maybe like 20 people come out and just start damaging everything, start thrashing everything with weapons, beating up the cars, trying to break into the house. Like, they even realized there were security cameras too, but they didn't care. They got up right up and close to the cameras. They started beating the cameras too, which, by the way, my cameras were resilient as hell in my dream, because they were able to take a beating. So, you know, they were damaging the cars, they were trying to damage the house and whatnot. And me, I was like, just let them be. You know, the insurance will pay for it. I hope. They'll eventually get bored or tire out, and then they'll just leave. It's best to just leave these animals, these vandals, be, and just deal with the damage afterwards. But then my sister, she's just frantically trying, like, we gotta get home, now! Because, you know, what if they try to break into the house? Because Sky is inside. Our dog is inside. And at that moment, I'm like, oh shit, you're right. We gotta get home, now! Okay, I need to try to catch this Dusclops. Will this knock you out? And then because my security camera's at home, if you choose the option, you can also hear what they're saying. And of all things in my dream, these vandals said, "We gotta paint the bathtub." Like they were gonna break into my house and sabotage the bathtub. They were going to vandalize the bathtub of all things. Like, they brought a whole bucket of red paint and they were going to damage the bathtub. So, in my dreams, like, our fear was them breaking in and maybe hurting our dog. And then, on the camera, I hear them say, "Yeah, we're going to break in, and the bathtub is our target." Which, that's not the big deal. The big deal was they were going to break in. It's like, oh shit, their intention is to get in the house and our dog is there. We have to be back at home now. So, my mom, my sister, and I, we got up. They started running to the car, but I told them, just go, I'll catch up. Why? Because I stayed back to begin cleaning up where we sat down and ate. Not because I was thinking of throwing away the garbage, but for some reason, sitting at the mall eating our food, we had our own utensils and plates from home. Like, we had our plates, our forks, our utensils from home. Like, we brought those to the mall to eat with for some reason. And, you know, these were all our items. These were all our plates. These were all our utensils. I didn't want to leave these behind, because clearly, if we left them behind, then whoever's cleaning up will just throw them away. So I stayed back and started just collecting everything. I wasn't gonna collect everything at first. I was only gonna collect like a plate or two, but then I realized, oh, there's so many more things that we brought with us for some reason. So I tried to collect them all. And then, I don't remember the rest of my dream. You know, I don't know in my dream if, like, the 20 people that pulled up to my house and started just damaging everything, if they were adults or, like 17-year-old kids. I don't know. But a part of me would have preferred if they were, like, you know, if there were younger kids, because, you know, would have been easier to mow them down. Okay, so we don't really have too much more to catch at Coronet Highlands, at least for now, because I'm seeing a majority of what I can catch is over at the Cobalt Coastlands. Yes, officer, this man. Alright. So those were the two dreams I had last night. Let me tell you something else that I've had cooking in my brain, my psychotic brain, for a little while now. And honestly, it's not like anything's gonna come out of this. So, I have a TV show to pitch. I have a pitch for a TV show. This is just a rough idea, and it's so stupid. But hey, that's the beauty of Hollywood. Anything can be a reality on the screen. Ah, but there's an MMO here. I don't know if I want to be here while that's there. Fine, let's go see what there is, what may spawn. Alright, so the TV show pitch I have in mind is an anthology romance sci-fi. Like, how the hell would that work? All of those together. Alright, so hear me out. So this is an idea I've had cooking in my mind. So, it's an anthology series of a couple who falls in love, and each episode is pretty much disconnected. Each episode, it's its own storyline. Oh, I just caught a Rhyperior. So, one episode, these two fall in love in one way, another episode, they fall in love in a totally different way. You know, pretty much different ways these two characters would fall in love. So, because it's an anthology series, and because it's following the same two people, you don't need to have a huge cast. It's the same two actors playing the man and the woman, whoever they are. Whoops. And each episode just has a different story of how they fall in love. Now, I did say sci-fi, so you would probably have... So the first episode will probably be nice and simple. Them just meeting, falling in love, happily ever after. That's it. But then other episodes, I'm thinking pretty extreme, kind of like one episode, the apocalypse happens, and against all odds, they somehow reunite in the wastelands and, you know, fall in love. In another one, I don't know, the guy's in a coma, and this universe, they have technology that can project you into the unconscious mind. So the woman has to go into the guy's unconscious mind to try to wake him up. Or, so basically, yeah, it's an anthology series. Every episode they fall in love in different ways. And then, kind of like What If, you can call me copying their idea. By the end, it's revealed that, well, it's a nice big multiverse. We're following a different Earth where these two characters hook up in different ways. Like, you would have pretty grounded, regular episodes. I don't know, one episode, they meet at work, and they fall in love. Another episode, let me think of what other ideas I had. Another episode, there are superpowered people everywhere, and they're on opposite ends. Opposite teams fighting, but then they fall in love. Another episode, let's see. I don't know, something happens. The human population disappears. These two remain for some reason. Like, not every episode has them already previously established to be acquainted. Some episodes, they could be just complete strangers and then meet up. Just by chance. Or fate. Since it's, you know, multiverse and these two always hook up because they're destined to. Here, let me put it in a way that you might understand better. We follow Peter Parker and Mary Jane across multiple Earths, and we see how they fall in love on different stories. Or, we follow Clark and Lois and how they fall in love across the multiverse. Think of it like that. Think of it as like the different interpretations of characters we already have, but just one episode instead of entire series or single movies. Let me think, what other sci-fi ideas did I think? Oh, right, I thought of this one. So basically, in this storyline, the two of them, they're already together. However, the woman, she realizes, like, damn, we could have been together a lot sooner had I just said something to him. Oh, this universe just happened to have time travel. Let me go back in time, make it so that we did end up together sooner. That way, yeah, better lives for the two of us. She does just that. She goes back in time, makes sure they fall in love sooner, but then that completely screws up the timeline. Everything is different. He's no longer friends with the people he was friends with. Some people he knew in the past are dead. He's totally into different things now. Like, it's completely screwed up. You know, that's an idea I had. Yeah, I know, very Flashpoint. I don't know, it's just an idea I had. Didn't I need a Bronzong? Did I need a Bronzong? Or even is Bronzong on this list? Oh, yeah, I did. I don't know, that's just an idea I had. I don't know, I'm particularly fond of the idea that it's kind of like a sci-fi anthology. Some episodes would be completely grounded, absolutely normal. But then other episodes will go nice and crazy. Of course. What about some other ideas, like, he has to go on a trip to, the other side of the world just to help family. But then, the woman, who is only a friend at the time, for some reason, is just like, hey, I heard you were going there. Guess what? I bought a plane ticket just to accompany you there. Why? Well, I was afraid you might be lonely. So, I wanted to give you some company while you went over. It's like, why? That's kind of random. You know, I was just going to the other side of the world, and you just randomly showed up with your own plane ticket. But, fine, no stopping that. Right? You already bought your plane ticket, and you're sitting right next to me on the plane. So, they go, the guy deals with what kind of family situation they have on the other side of the world, and then, you know, they're like, well, I'm done now. We still have like a week here. And the two of us are here. Well, let's just hang out and explore. And then they fall in love. The end of story. Like, it could just pretty much be any sort of romance story, right? And remember, something else I like about this idea is that it being an anthology series, different storyline, different for each episode. Because in my idea, it's a multiverse, and, well, every timeline is canon. Well, you can just have the same two actors playing the same characters for every episode. It's a very bizarre idea, but hey, that's the beauty of TV and movies. Bizarre ideas. Well, not like my pitch will go anywhere, you know. But a man can dream. Anyway, so we're here in the Mirelands. What did I need here in the Mirelands? Can I get a Roserade anywhere? I should also let the game run just so a space-time distortion can start to spawn. Oh, there's an Alpha Roserade somewhere. That's right. Get to writing. Well, not exactly a lot of film studios I can pitch this to anywhere nearby. Okay, so there is the Alpha Roserade, like, around here, I think? It always starts as a book. How exactly would I do an anthology series as a book? Like, each chapter is its own story, I suppose. Yeah, even Roserade was embarrassed by that throw. Could be a slow reveal that each story is about the same couple since it's a book and no faces. Oh! That's why I saved the game. Anyway, so yeah, that's my idea for this project. And I don't know about the ending. Like, I don't even know if I would call this an ending, because it just kind of seems too stupid and grand. I said how at the very end it would be revealed this is a multiverse. But then, my stupid ass is kind of thinking, kind of like a Council of Ricks or a Council of Kangs. The same two people, they are overwatching their own variants in each universe, making sure that, you know, the canon event of them falling in love happens. Otherwise, it'll break the canon and we lose everything. Sound familiar? Yeah, I think that might be too stupid. Okay, so I have something else to talk about today. And this is based off of what I heard on the radio this morning, and I don't know, I accidentally paid attention. And I thought it was actually kind of interesting what they were saying, because it's food related. Okay, what else do I need around here? And then when it gets adapted into a show, you have a different twist. I don't know. Dreams. Sorry, Shia. It seems like my dreams are only going to be dreams. Where do I get a Bonsly in this game? Oh, I was already in the Coronet Highlands. You could get a Sudowoodo there. Whoops. Well, I'll head back there then. I should be able to get a Bonsly like somewhere down here. Alright, so this morning, on my way to work with my parents, I overheard on the Chinese radio what is the origin of Hong Kong style toast. Like, you know, the Hong Kong style French toast, the Saidosi, what is the origin of that? And then, it basically just said, alright, to know the origin of this, we first need to go over a couple of background knowledge. So, like, you know how sometimes you buy bread, it's on sale, and because it's on sale, you buy, like, multiple loaves, but oh no, you buy so many, you can't eat them all in time. Well, guess what? There's a solution. You could just freeze it. It's so simple, right? If you buy too much bread, just freeze it. That was more of just like a tip more than anything, but so, you know how sometimes you leave bread out for too long? It doesn't necessarily mold or expire, but it does dry out and stale. And then it gets all hard and you don't want to eat it anymore. Well, instead of throwing it out, here's something you could do. You could just dip it in some beaten eggs, let it really soak up, hydrate, moisten a bit again, and then fry it up. Oh, does that sound familiar? Well, there you go. There's the origin of, of the French toast. At least according to the Chinese radio I heard this morning. I don't see a Bonsly around here. Is that... Why am I catching this? I already got the Vespiquen, didn't I? Or did I? And then I heard on the radio something else about, like, it being called French toast, despite it not having any relation to French, kind of like French fries. Like, it's an American thing, I think. So why is it called French toast? Well, something about they forgot the apostrophe. French's toast, but that still doesn't really help. And then something else about the fact that either they wanted to try or they did try renaming it to like Freedom Toast, but that didn't roll off the tongue or that just didn't work. So we have French toast. I don't know, I just thought that was hilarious. And the fact that I accidentally paid attention to the Chinese radio and I overheard all this. I don't care about the Chinese radio, I don't actually ever pay attention to it. Okay, so let me look up one more thing. So I have one more thing to talk about. So last night on Instagram, I was just scrolling, and then I saw a reel that just made me laugh so hard. I just could not stop watching it. I could not stop laughing. It was someone who just flat out recreated the ending to the Chainsaw Man movie, where Reize beats up Makima. She wins, she lives, she ends up with Denji, and then credits roll. I just could not stop laughing. I couldn't tell if it was AI or not. More than likely it was. But you know what? I don't care. It looks so realistic that I just could not stop laughing. I'm just like, holy shit, the good ending. The comments were amazing as well. They were just like, the good ending. The good ending we all should have gotten. Someone hated the ending so much they just rewrote history. And you know, there was one thing I was laughing so hard at. One of the comments had a photo that was, I am a doctor, I am a surgeon, Dr. Han, but just made to look like Denji. I just could not stop laughing at this picture. I mean, what can I even say? Anyway, so, as you can see, as I slowly descend on Braviary, I do need an Ursaluna. However, I am going to make one exception to everything I'm collecting here. Everything I'm collecting here, I don't really care. It could be Alpha, it could be Tiny, it could be in any Pokeball, I don't care. But I'm only going to make one exception, and that is this right here. Okay, I am going to make sure I catch a male Alpha Ursaring. That's not... Nope, you're female. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna catch myself a male. Why? What difference does it make? No really difference. No real difference, honestly. So why am I doing this? Well, because Ursaluna is such a pain to evolve. It is an enormous pain to evolve. I don't want to just evolve a random one and then have to evolve another one for my Alpha Dex. So I'm going to tackle both at once. I'm going to catch a male Ursaring because I want to. Shut up. Leave me alone. I can play this game how I want. I'm going to catch myself a male Alpha Ursaring, evolve it into Ursaluna. That way, I don't have to evolve another one. Getting the Peat Block is such a pain. Oh, and there's a massive mass outbreak again. What else did I need? I still need Bronzong, and I can get that... I can get that here, can't I? Oh, I also need a Probopass, so I need to catch a Nose Pass for that. Where do I go again? I need to go here. Wasn't there a Bronzong that spawned inside of there? Oh yeah, so today we also got the first trailer for Spider Noir. Now, I'm a little confused, because the developers did come out and say this is canon to the Spider-Verse. This is the same Spider-Man Noir Peter Parker we met in the Spider-Verse movie. But it's very explicit that that character was Peter Parker. For this one, this character is Ben Reilly. So, like, what the hell? How are they supposed to be the same character? Believe me, I really wanted, more than anyone else, for this show to be connected. I really wanted this show to follow the exact same Peter Parker we followed in the movie. The animated movie. But in the movie, he was very clearly Peter Parker. And in the show, he's Ben Reilly. I'm pretty sure they made the change just because of legal restrictions they have for the character of Peter Parker. If you didn't know, there's actually strict rules you have to follow to portray Peter Parker on screen. You know, he has to be white, he has to be straight, and he cannot drink or smoke or do anything bad unless is influenced by the symbiote. And, well, Spider-Man Noir very much drinks and kills and uses guns. Stuff that Peter Parker cannot be allowed to do. So I feel like that's why they made the change to Ben Reilly. But that's fine, the change, while it sucks, fine. But, like, how is this the same character, then? Ah, this is how I get in there. Aww. Alright, so, let's talk about the show, shall we? We have 3 episodes of things to go over. We have the next episode of Oshinoko, we have Monarch, and of course we have Wonder Man. So let's go over Oshinoko first, shall we? How did this episode open? Oh, that's right. It followed up with Akane realizing and piecing together who Aqua's father is. Hiriki? What the hell was his name again? Hiraku Kamiki, that's his name. What was the name of the other character? Ah, that's right. So yeah, Akane somehow figured out that this character, this douchebag, is not only Aqua's father, but also the person responsible for Ai's death way back in the day. And Akane knows that if Aqua ever crosses paths, if Aqua ever came face to face with his father, then there's no legal way for Aqua to take him down. There's only one way Aqua would take him down, and that is with his bare hands. And then it even showed a knife on screen. Like, we know what Aqua plans to do to him, if he ever finds him. And Akane, she vows to not allow that to happen for Aqua's sake. Because this man has already stolen Aqua's life from him. And Akane will not allow Aqua to throw his life away because of him. Not only throw away what's left of Aqua's humanity, but also just not allow him to get his blood dirty. What? His hands dirty with blood. And potentially be, you know, thrown away forever. So, Akane, she decides to take this onto her own hands, but first she's going to do some investigating. So she asks around, and an unknown amount of time passes, but we do see that she does a sort of like board with a bunch of information put up. Let me see. I do need another Magmar to evolve into Magmortar. Wait, can't I catch something in the Clefairy line here? Can I catch a Clefable in this game? So while Akane is in bed resting, she does get a call from Aqua. You know, she doesn't want to straight up tell him what she's doing. Like, she's walking around, talking to a lot of people, asking about him. So she just lies like, oh, I'm walking around a lot because I'm trying to lose weight. And you know what? W Riz from Aqua, because he's just like, I love you no matter how you look. W Riz right there. Just knows the perfect line to say. But Aqua, he doesn't know what to do with life anymore. His world was shattered, and then he got his world back, but then his world was shattered again. Now he doesn't know what to do. So he actually asks Akane to tell him what to do. Should I go back to my old ways? Or should I continue this life of ignorance and bliss? But Akane quickly shuts that down. Like, I cannot make that decision for you. You have to make that decision yourself. I don't own you, just like you don't own me. The only way this relationship works if we are two different people making our own choices, and each choosing to be together. You know what? I like that mentality. Where am I going? But Akane once again reassures him without telling him that she knows what's up. She just reassures him that I want to be there with you. I will shoulder your burdens with you. So whatever you decide to do, I will help you however I can. Damn, must be nice to have someone like that in your life, ain't it? And you want to know what else? I'm kind of trying to think into the mind of Aqua here. We know that Aqua, he truly cares for Kana, not Akane. But he can't get close to Akane without endangering her, because he cannot allow what happened to Ai to happen again. And I'm just thinking, like, bro, seriously? Like, me personally, if it were up to me between these two, yo, I'm Team Akane all the way. She's kind, she's beautiful, and most importantly, she's smart. She mad smart. She's smart as hell. She figured out everything all on her own. She figured out who Aqua's identity was, well, not identity, but she figured out who Aqua's mother was. She figured out who Aqua's father was. She realized the loophole that I couldn't figure out for a whole goddamn year. Oh, I think this thing only spawns at night. That's right. It's not night. And you know me, I am a top-tier idiot, so I very desperately need someone who is smart. Kana, on the other hand, sure, she's nice, she's good-looking, but she has a more toxic side to her. And, wow, to my surprise, she even acknowledges this herself later in the episode. And, yeah, so, you know how... Okay, you know what? I shouldn't say it like that. Okay, so for the rest of the episode, it's primarily a Kana-centered episode. So she's kind of feeling down about herself, how the fame and attention that Bee Kamachi is getting is primarily because of Ruby. She's the face, she's the talent, she's everything. According to Kana herself, she is the least popular member of the group. Damn, felt. Well, statistically, in a group of 3, someone had to be the least favorite, and, sorry you had to fit that criteria, Kana. We also get this small little sequence where, you know, totally not foreshadowing whatsoever. The fact that Mayako, she just wants Ruby to, hand over her Instagram password. Because she is her manager. She's supposed to manage everything. Even said things too, like, we trademarked your name. So, you can't go out into other places, do other work, without, you know, your name having some sort of copyright issue. It's like, but that's my actual name. And then it's like, well, as your manager, you know, we will manage your social medias, we will keep an eye out for anyone who reaches out to you for potential business, you know, partnerships to work together. We will also monitor who exactly will DM you on social media, and if people we do not deem who are DMing you good, we will just block them, we'll ignore them. Also, if you were to end up with a boyfriend, you will have to let us know. And you know what? We are actually going easy on you, because other corporations out there, the moment you let us know you have a boyfriend, we will pull strings to ensure that the two of you break up. You know, showbiz and I suppose idol culture, I had known less about idol culture than showbiz, but like, yeah, showbiz, there's a lot of restrictions. Management is tough. Managers are ruthless. Well, that's why they are managers. They manage your life. When you're in the public eye, yeah, everything has to be right. Otherwise, well, you can kiss your career goodbye. Or worse, scandals, toxic fans. What happened to I? But Mayako, she has faith in these two, or these 3, sorry. It's like, you know, Memcho and Kana, you're adults, you can make your own decisions, but Ruby, you're still not of age yet, so we need to manage you. And Kana's just like, oh yeah, that's right. I am 18 now. I can make my own decisions. Man, let me tell you something. Being 18 don't mean shit. You're legally an adult, but when it comes to making your own decisions, it don't mean crap. Damn. Like, when I was 18, I still wasn't making right decisions. I don't even make right decisions now. Okay, what else do I need? Oh, you know what? One thing I forgot to mention at the very beginning, when Akane figured out everything with Aqua's father. So, she did the math. When I was pregnant at the age of 16, when they met, I was 16 and this douchebag was 15. But we know he has another son. Another son who is older than Aqua, meaning he was conceived younger. So, Himekawa, Aqua's supposed half-brother, Akane did the math, and he would have conceived his first son at like 11 years old? Damn, dude got game. I'm not gonna lie. What else do I need? I already got this. Oh, I need to go back and get this. This is done, this is done, this is done. I still need a Bonsly somewhere. Togepi. Where do I get a Togepi in this game? Where was I in the story? Right, so Kana's now 18. So the director guy, Fujiyoshi, was that his name? No, what was his name again? Yoshizumi, that's it. Where did I get Fujiyoshi from? What? Ah, so the director, Yoshizumi, is now also working with Ruby. We knew that from previous episodes. But then, he had a story where his sister Mimi, like, someone digged up footage where she used her face instead of her, her VTuber face. It's like, alright, what's the big deal? People found out what she actually looks like. Well, the issue is that that footage with her actual face on screen, she said some things that are cancel worthy. It's like, oh no, and that footage has resurfaced. So Ruby suggested, like, okay, then how about she joins B Kamachi as our newest member? You know, she has the looks for it. But Kana, she's not that big of a fan. She's just like, that girl with her toxic side, she's kind of like me. So, yeah, we see that Kana is pretty down at the moment. She's deemed like the least popular member of B Kamachi. She hasn't gotten any acting gig in quite a while. And, you know, she also contemplates, why did she even become an idol? You know, the dreams of becoming his one and only idol, well, that dream is dead. Damn, I need there to be no space-time distortion here. Wasn't there a Dust Noir I can catch here? Let me see. No, Dust Noir is not here. It's in the Cobalt Coastlands. So anyways, Kana, on her way home, she gets a text message from an old friend of hers, a character that I don't think we've ever seen on screen. Some actress who I don't remember the name of. And, well, they met up at, like, a nightclub. Not a nightclub, a bar. Where Kana's not comfortable being. But she would not have gone if a certain other character, a new character, would not have shown up. A director. A director who has won a lot of awards just in this 1 year alone. So this is a good opportunity for Kana. If she can make a good impression, then she can maybe score herself a big acting gig. So she puts on her poker face and tries to charm her way into this director's, you know, projects. Oh yeah, I should also mention that this episode actually made me pretty uncomfortable. So yeah, Kana got the contact information of the director guy. And she was wondering, should I run this by my manager? No, I'm an adult. I can make decisions on my own. I'm 18 now. So Kana decides to, you know, have a strictly business meeting with this guy alone. She even texted her friend, the other actress, but I must have missed the text because she didn't show up. Okay, well, you get out of here. So she has this meeting with this guy, and hey, at first I was liking this guy. He seems passionate about the craft. He needs good actors in order to make good movies. I don't really know the film working, the way of film working in Japan, you know, but he did mention that, you know, his wife worked in Hollywood, like in California, and according to her, it's much different compared to movie making in Japan. Something in Japan, they don't really care about if you have the acting talent or not. But not according to this director. This director wants genuine talent to shine in his projects. So, you know, after some drinks and after some talking. But the restaurant, one of the workers there is just like, oh, just a heads up, it's almost time. Your time is almost up. It's like, aw. Well, I can't. I would suggest we continue this meeting elsewhere, but I can't keep a kid out this late. But Kana really seeing this as a great opportunity for her career. She's just like, no, it's fine. I'm an adult, so I'm able to stay out late. Oh, is that so? Well, my office isn't pretty far from here. People might still be working there. How about we continue this conversation at my office? I feel like at this point, not only did Kana agree, but she also knew what's up. She knows exactly where this may lead. So she texted her other actress friend, and yeah, at this point I really missed what they said, because she didn't show up. So when they got to this guy's quote-unquote office, I'm thinking like, what the hell kind of office is this? There's a counter, a kitchen, a couch, an aquarium. What the hell kind of office is this? Damn, I could have caught this, or at least Mr. Evis, while I was over at the Coronet Highlands. I just got to constantly jump back and forth. Oh. So, you know, he reaches in his fridge and is like, what drink will you have? And smart girl, she's just like, oh, just cola for me, thanks. And, well, he pulls out the alcohol for himself, so we know. And, you know what? Smart girl. Kana had a backup plan in mind. Smart girl. She's just like, alright, if this guy gets horny with me, I'll just use those sacred words that I guess girls pull all the time. Oh, I can't. It's that time of the month. Huh? Oh, well, that's a shame. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Smart move. Yeah, that's honestly a pretty smart move. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of didn't think about that. So anyways, oh no, no, sir, not even better. No. Anyway, so they start talking, and well, he is pretty blunt. I'm not gonna lie, I liked this guy at first just because of his view on the industry. He wants real change in the acting industry. He wants talent to be recognized. He wants to change the industry so that people can be recognized for their talent. Because something filmmaking is different in Japan. It's like, okay, I like this guy. What happens in the episode? I don't like this guy anymore. You know, he's pretty blunt. He's pretty straightforward. He's just like, you can relax. I'm not some college frat boy, but I'm also, you know, I'm also not stupid. So Kana, she kind of just blurs out. She kind of just jokingly goes like, you wouldn't go for someone like me, would you? And he's just like, oh yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. flat out just says, yes, I would. But Kana's just like, wait, don't you have a wife? How would she feel how would you feel about this if she knew you were up to this? And then his line is basically just, oh, she knows I do this. Hell, she talks to different guys every night anyways. Me and my wife, we kind of have a out of sight, out of mind kind of agreement. It's like, wow. Alright. Alright, so he basically just tells Kana, you know what I want. You know what you need to do. And if you give me what I want, I will give you the lead role in my project. I will make you stand out so much more than you ever could have. Oh my god. Like, I think you know exactly what his intentions were. And they weren't even blunt about it too, because Kana lies down on her back. The director just on top of her. And Kana is just debating actually going through with this. For a moment, for just a brief moment, Kana's thinking, yes, I need this for my career. I'll show the world that I'm more than just an idol. I'll show the world that I have acting talent. Oh, there's a Miss Magius right there. Oh, that's an alpha, is it? Is it? I think it is. But then, Kana, she just can't. Because instead of thinking about her career, she starts thinking about Aqua. And then, girl just flat out starts crying. Just straight up starts bawling her eyes out. And, you know, just screaming like, I can't do this. I have feelings for someone else. Oh, it was so uncomfortable to watch. You disgusting man. You disgusting, depraved, degenerate man. Like, I know 18 is legal, but like... You degenerate, disgusting, depraved man. How could you do this? And, damn, like... Oh, I feel so bad for her. For her to be in that position, and then for her to just bawl her eyes out like, I can't, I have feelings for someone else. But, you know what? At least this guy, while disgusting, at least he has a sense of morale, I guess. Because he decides not to go with it. Good for him. Even though he had some drinks in his system, he doesn't push on. Good for him. You know what? Good. Alright, she said no. Alright, let's just leave it at that. Good. Good for him. You even putting her in that position is despicable, but you know what? Ain't nothing happened. But then he's actually interested about this. He's just like, oh, he must be a real good guy, real keeper. If you're willing to cry, literally cry over him, tell me more. Tell me about him. First of all, let me tell you, folks, I've never had someone cry over me, over how much they like me. But yeah, Kana, I don't know if she had some drinks in her system or not, or if she just stuck with the cola, because she, well, she just vents and lets it all out about how much of a jerk he is. Like, what do you mean? Leading me on and then just gonna ditch me, just gonna ghost me. Hello, nice to meet you. I'm trying to get a Garchomp. Do you have one by chance? It's so hard to get. A Garchomp? You can just catch the static alpha one in the Alabaster Icelands. It's pretty easy to get. Well, patience. Save the game and just keep on trying until you catch it. What else did I need here? I'm trying, but my Pokemon keep dying. What level are your Pokemon? Okay, let's see. I have Miss Magius down. I have Clefable down. I still need Mamoswine, and I still need Avalugg. Level 60 to 70? What level is that Garchomp again? So anyways, Kana, after she vents, she gets to leave. You know, at least good for her. Nothing happened. Good for her. See, girl, being an adult's not all it's cracked up to be. Like level 80? Yeah, I would suggest either just keep trying or maybe level up a bit first. Especially in this game, how it's absolutely cracked. How they can use Agile style and then just hit you in the face with a strong style. Just combo you into the ground. Yeah, so I would suggest either just keep on trying or level up a bit first. Oh, right, I didn't even catch the Ursaring yet. But there's an MMO here. I really should check this in case Mamoswine spawns, in case Avalugg spawns. But, uh-oh, when Kana leaves the building, first of all, she's just like, oh, let me grab some ramen and then I'll go home. Like, isn't it probably past midnight? I doubt it's still like, what, 10 p.m.? What do you mean grab a bite to eat then go home? Anyway, that's besides the point. The real uh-oh moment is the fact that as she leaves, her pictures get taken. Some guy in a car starts taking her picture. Uh-oh. That's very bad. Because that's how it starts. It starts with exposure, it starts with deranged fans finding out, and then we know what may happen. Because it's happened before. So that's where the episode ends. The fact that Kana has her pictures taken, leaving some apartment. Ay, 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 ay. Wait until Aqua finds out. Can you try to get one for me? Because if you don't want to, it's fine. I mean, sure, but are you okay with me just trading you one? I mean, yeah, if you're fine with it. I'm fine with it, it's just, as long as you're sure. If you don't care about it being not your OT or whatever. Yeah, I'm fine with it if you really want that. I do need Magmortar, but I could just catch a Magmar over at Fire Spit Island. Oh, you haven't even beaten Volo yet, huh? Alright, give me a moment. Let me look at the rest of these, and then I'll go and find it. Man, I never use the 5 berries to figure out what everything is on the map. And even if I do, I just reset the game after, because now I know. But I can easily just fly over all of them and find out myself. Actually, don't I have a Garchomp now? I caught one last time, and I don't particularly need it, so you can have that one. Yeah, I already caught a Garchomp. I caught one last time. Do. Seriously? You spotted me? You see? I caught a Garchomp last time, and I already have it registered, so I don't really need the Garchomp anymore. Ah, this one is so out of the way. Where even is it? Okay, it's just straight up ahead. I don't think evolving a Piloswine into a Mamoswine is that big a deal. Oh, look, there's a Magmar. Just saves me a trip. Of course. Do I have any extra what? Ratinas? What's that? The berries? Alright, so this is pretty much Magmortar down. Get me out of here. Yeah, so not a single Piloswine, not a single Bergmite. Piloswine? Not a single Swinub. What, this? No, that's a Gauve. Gretinas? What's a Gretina? What's a Gretina? Unless you misspelled Giratina. Up. Up. Man, I keep thinking I gotta go down. Oh, you want to see something? So, yesterday in Pokemon Go, I got this! I got a Hundo heart-shaped Spinda in Pokemon Go yesterday. You know something I forgot to mention about that Hundo Oricorio I showed previously? I actually knew that CP was a Hundo. That 1000 CP was a Hundo. I don't ever check what the Hundo CP is. But this time, I just happened to see online that the Hundo CP was 1000. And when it showed up, I audibly gasped. I actually went, like it actually happened. Anyways, let me go over to my Pastors. Alright, I gotta organize my boxes now. Here, you can have this one. Do I need it in my box? Or do I don't remember. I'll put it in my box just to be safe. Like, my PC box. My party! Huh? I'm so rusty with the controls of this game. Here, you can have this Garchomp. I used it just for the Dex entry. How do I trade in this game again? Oh, wait, I go to the lady over there to trade. That's right. I have all your dream Pokemon? Really? All of them, huh? Trade. Here, do this code. Whenever you're ready. You're not trading me something back that'll corrupt my game, right? You never know with people these days. Alright, in the meantime, what else do I need? I still need a Cherim. I still need to figure out how this works. I have this. I still need to go and catch this. I have this, I have this, I have this. I need to find a Bonsly, I need to find Togepi. Did I get a Gengar yet? I may not have. Gengar. I need to evolve the Glameow into a Purugly. I have Dusknoir, Bronzong. I need to evolve the Magmar we just got. If you don't mind giving me some more Pokemon that I like for my team or no. Well, it depends on what. Only if I have something extra, because I don't want to trade something that I want to keep for my own. If you don't mind. I still need... But didn't I caught a Gibble last time to evolve it. I still need Probopass, so I need to find a Nosepass. This is done, this is done. We actually only have, like, a couple we need to go out and catch. And then everything else is just, like, a few to evolve. Can you pan through so I can see? Okay. So anything these two boxes... Well, actually... Yeah, so far these two boxes are stuff I don't need. Except for the unknown. And except for some stuff I need to evolve. And except for these ones, which I still haven't put into home yet. This isn't covering anything. Oh, right. The entire goddamn Eevee set. So I still need to evolve this. I need to catch probably a Cherubi to evolve. Where can I catch a Cherubi in this game? Which area's trees? Excuse me. No, sorry, I'm not going to trade you Arcanine or Gardevoir, especially if it's anywhere in these boxes, because these ones... Yeah, everything's shiny. Oh. That's pretty much everything I have. Everything is shiny. Oh, right, I have Eevees in this game. I could just evolve. Oh, that's right, I have shiny Eevees I could just evolve. Oh. Why didn't I think of that sooner? Well, maybe I want to keep them as Eevees. Maybe I want to keep them as the shinies I got them as. What's wrong with that? Do you have any shiny dupes? Well, majority of them are shiny dupes, but I like keeping my shinies. Sorry. Yeah, damn near everything in my PC box is shiny, except for, like, the legendaries you catch in the game. These ones were the gifts from home, I think. And, you know, these are the boxes I'm working on. Do I have Giratina? Well, nothing I can trade you at the moment. Because I only had the Giratina from the game, and then I have the shiny Giratina. That took me way too long to get. So I don't really have anything else to trade you at the moment. Yeah, no problem. No problem for the Garchomp. You serious? Why are you standing right there? How do I crouch in this game? There you go. I'm not gonna get close enough to aggro her, am I? Okay, let's talk about the next show before I run out of time. I probably won't have time for Wonder Man. Which is stupid, because I have... Like, this was the shortest episode yet. What the hell? That's a big Zubat, by the way. How do I lock on to something else in this game? Oh yeah, that is an Alpha Zubat. I was thinking, that's pretty big. I'm gonna try to catch the Zubat, just so I don't have to worry about trying to spot an Alpha Zubat in the future. Alright, so, Monarch, episode, I think it's 7? We open up with Tim emerging from the ashes, and he's the only one who survived the helicopter crash in their encounter with Godzilla. Alright, so our characters, they're at the airport. You know, Kentaro's kind of wondering about what first class is like. Oh my god. But the two of them, they realize, hey, May's been gone for quite a while. She went to the bathroom like 40 minutes ago. So we see May in the bathroom, and she's actually met with two guys in business suits, and she's just like, I've never been kidnapped before, so how does this work? So, someone is here to take her away. Obviously, you're misled to think it might be Monarch, but no, it's someone else. Or another group. How come you have a lot of good Pokemon, but just use a basic team? You know what? That's a very good question. I don't have an answer for you. That's a very good question. Okay, so I got the Ursaring. What else did I need? Wasn't I able to find Togepi here? What, some here in the meadow? I think the baby Pokemon are rare spawn, so I'm not going to find them right away. Here, since I'm on the brink of death, let's take a break. The rest was so good, I had to be thrown out of my tent. So we actually see a flashback to, I believe, 3 years ago, putting the flashback right in the year 2012, where we see May, quote-unquote May, in the past, I think in San Francisco, somewhere. Yeah, I'm pretty sure San Francisco, I think. Somewhere in America, where she has a job meeting, a job dinner. I swear, I really thought for a second, is she out to dinner with a girlfriend? Because I would not put it past this show at this point. What the hell was the other character's name again? Said her name like 3 times in the episode. I even forgot. What was her name? Well, she is kind of set up to be like an antagonist character. Maybe for season 2. Maybe the project she's working on at the end. Brenda, that's it. Her name was Brenda. Maybe the project she's working on at the very end will be like a season 2 storyline, because clearly it wasn't ever mentioned in the movies. Okay, let's get out of here for now. So yeah, we see May having a business dinner with Brenda, where she is applying to work at AET. And it's revealed later on that AET stands for Applied Experimental Technologies. Anyway, so Kate goes into the women's bathroom and realizes that May's gone. But not gone out of her own choice. She finds her jacket there, along with her phone and passport, so she was probably taken. Kate and Kentaro, they try to get the they're trying to go to the airport security to look up the security footage, but then Tim stumbles into the door, and well, Kate instantly assumes that Tim and Monarch took her. Ugh. Ooh, I didn't drink water all night. So Tim, after hydrating a bunch, which I can't put past him, I can't blame him, even he doesn't know what they're talking about. So they make a deal. If I help you find your friend, then, you know, he basically said for them to trust him and Monarch, because he explains to them that Monarch was started by their grandparents and that their father, Hiroshi, was one of the smartest people he ever met in the industry, or in the organization. You know, in order to gain their trust, he also casually mentions that Hiroshi would always leave around his, like, pencil shavings. So, you know, he's not lying when he's saying that he's met Hiroshi before. What else happened? I'm trying to look for some rustling trees. Is not a single tree shaking? Well, no problem on the Garchomp. Let me see. What else? What else? What else? Anyway, so we also see at the Alaska Outpost 88 that, hey, the girl we met in the desert a couple episodes ago is now there, comparing the gamma rays or whatnot. What was her name again? Oh my god, what was her name? This is the wrong show. The wrong cast list I'm looking up. Barnes! That's right, her name was Barnes. Anyway, so yeah, we see Barnes in Alaska, Outpost 88. And then the power goes out just as she picks up on the vibes that she's kind of an outsider here, so she stands up and goes to the bathroom. The moment she goes to the bathroom, the lights go out, and then we see armed people come into the outpost. It's none other than Lee and Duvall with their little group. So they're basically just giving them an ultimatum. You can leave whenever you want, but before that, you people have a choice. You can continue your work, or you can help us try to save the world. Pretty much what he said. And, well, just as Barnes was coming back, she notices, oh no, there's people with guns here. I should run away. And, of course, she somehow manages to escape Duvall. That's not what I want. I don't know if I need to leave the area to reset it, or if I can just go to a tent. Well, she is able to escape Duvall and report back to main Monarch HQ. What else did I need? Coronet Highlands. Was I able to find a Bonsly in Coronet Highlands? There's a chance I can get Mr. Mime from the Massive Outbreaks too, so I should take a look at this. Oh, I should have saved the game, because if I didn't find anything here, I could have checked the Alabaster Iceland one. Whoops. Damn, I remember I used to do that too. None of this is what I need. Those are Snovers for some reason. So let me think. It's kind of hard to think about the episode while I'm doing this. Anyway, so Kate has this idea. May told her that if anything were to happen, she should call her sister. So they do, and then they find out exactly where she lives, so they go and visit her. The three of them, they visit May's mom, May's sister. They lie about the fact that they met in Japan. Well, that's not the lie. They lied that they met in Japan because of a manga convention or whatever. And they are friends. They just wanted to make sure she's okay. The stupid lock-on in this game. Do I have to get right in your face to lock onto you? I don't know what I have that won't knock you out. That's a big bird. Nice. Wow, that was a horrible placement. Anyway, so after the very sus encounter with these people visiting their house and talking about their sister slash daughter, who is revealed by May's mom that she hasn't been home in 2 years and 1 month. So May's sister leaves and, wow. Because I was thinking, she leaves, our characters leave, and they didn't even get into the car yet, and then May's sister comes out and gets into her own car. Like, there's no way you didn't see them, right? You acting mad sus. The fact that these random people came into your house, claiming to know your sister, who you know ran away 2 years ago. Like, there's no way you didn't see them. So she gets into her car and starts driving away. Our characters start following. You're kidding me. Our characters start following her. So they get led into this parking lot, this underground parking lot, or this building parking lot, where May's sister basically just tells them, or makes them tell her the truth. So it was a trap. She lured them out, because, like I said, ain't no way she didn't know that they didn't leave yet. Ain't no way they didn't see them. Or she didn't see them. But May's sister is just like, are you working for them? The company? Are you after my sister too? But it's like, what company? You know, AET. The company she applied to work at. Why do I still have this on my team? The company that she applied to work at 3 years ago. Because we get another flashback to 30 months ago. So, little less than 2 years ago. Wait, little less than 3 years ago. Where also May's sister reveals that her name's not even May. So, 30 months ago, we see Cora meeting with her boss, Brenda. And, you know, she is not a fan of her position. She's just like, I could do so much more. I could cure the blind. I could help people. But the position I'm in, I can't do any of that. But then Brenda is just like, well, that's a little below your pay grade. You know, there is a spot for you, but you have to earn it first. You have to work your way up. And Cora, she's not a huge fan of that. But that's not the only thing she's not a big fan of. Okay, well, our characters, they know that May is in the city. Because, well, Tim is just like, CCTV picked her up here like an hour ago. And Kate's just like, wait, Monarch has access to public CCTV? Yeah. Oh, right, I didn't even finish checking all of these. Okay, so they know May is in trouble with this company called AET, and they know that she's here. But how are they supposed to get in? You know, it's not like Monarch has like a rescue branch. Tim's just like, no, not exactly, but we do have something. Let me try this. And what does Tim do? Tim kind of sets off a public emergency alert. And there was also like a meme sound effect too. Not like the blood-curdling emergency broadcast sound effect like we have in real life. No, the sound effect I played is actually like a meme sound effect, like really. So Tim just unleashes what is an experimental, like a prototype emergency alert to the entire public. What is this emergency alert? It's, of course, a warning of an imminent Titan attack. And you know, we saw that while Kate was in Japan. Tim even mentions Japan has something similar. We were working on a prototype, and well, here it is. So anyways, yeah, May has been taken to the AET building, where in another flashback we know that May sabotaged all of their research, years of research, just because May didn't like what she saw. And what did May see? Well, we see that. In a flashback, May saw that they were doing experiments on primates, chimpanzees, monkeys, apes. They had these, like, I don't know, these, like, head gadgets. And they were doing experiments on primates. Oh, I know Kong's not a big fan of that. But, more importantly, isn't this how the Rage virus started? You're gonna unleash it 28 days later. But that's besides the point. So yeah. May didn't like the fact, or rather Korra doesn't like the fact that she learned that AET is experimenting on monkeys, on primates. So she sabotaged them. Sabotaged years of their research. And because of that, they found out it was her. She's in big trouble. She had to run away, and she had to change her name to May. We also see a flashback to, you know, whatever period it was. A flashback to her in Japan trying to call her sister. And that is the moment right before she encountered Kentaro in front of his art exhibit. We now know, just before she met Kentaro, she was trying to call her sister. All the way back in America. Like, wow, she fled all the way to Japan. That's kind of nuts. Anyway, so thanks to the emergency broadcast, not only does Monarch know about it, because they were developing the system, they also know that, well, Tim was the one who set it upon the public. But AET, they also know that, like, oh, this is obviously fake. There's no Titan imminent. But Brenda, she gives May or Korra an ultimatum. You can either work for us, basically continue doing what you've been doing, and report back to us and tell us everything you know about monsters, about Titans, or we can take this legally and you will need a lawyer. Because you did sabotage company files, company information, company property, years of it too. So as our characters just casually walk into the building, Korra is free to go. Oh my god! And of course I get fall damage for that. That's not what I want. Okay, let me see. If I just simply go to a tent and change time, will that reset the area? Or do I actually have to leave and come back? So anyways, at this point, May comes clean about everything. When they first met her, she thought that the Monarch files maybe were able to clear up her name and she'd get to go back to her life, her family. She didn't give a damn about helping Kentaro, helping May find their father. She was using them the whole time. But she doesn't want to do that anymore. She doesn't want to be that person anymore. So she basically just says no deal to AET. So she tells her friends to go so that, you know, no one else gets dragged into her mess. As May, Kentaro, and Tim were about to leave, well, they get dragged into vans by Monarch. Duval, wait, no, not Duval. Verdugo was there. And she's not happy about the system, the emergency system. But you know what? Kate steps up and makes a deal with her. Hey, guess what, Verdugo? We were able to find Godzilla, we were able to find our father, all without the help of you and Monarch. So, I'll give you the same deal we gave to Tim. You help us with May, get her back, and we'll help you find Lee Shaw. Because Monarch is kind of having a Lee Shaw problem. He's kind of AWOL, and yeah, he's kind of gone nuts a bit. So they made a deal. Brenda straight up gets a call from from Verdugo, and bam, her name is cleared. They also need to address the public about the whole emergency broadcast system. And Tim suggests it's time for Monarch to go public. So Verdugo does a public announcement where it's like, I am Natalia Verdugo, and I am one of the heads of Monarch, a secret government organization tasked with studying monsters like Godzilla. And the system we had that was, set off in the public, well, that was just a test. We apologize for any inconvenience, but just know we are set to, our biggest priority is the public safety. Thank you. Cool, that stuff. So Monarch is out in the public now, which does line up with the films, because we did hear Monarch more and more in the films. We also see exactly what Lee Shaw has been up to. Over at the Monarch outpost, he's been gathering explosives, a lot of explosives. And then he goes off to the Alaska Rift. The rift where we saw that ice monster who feeds off of heat. So he blows up a lot of explosives there. There's a big flash of light, and then it seems like not only is the Titan gone, but it also looks like the rift is gone too. It's just a big crater now. And Lee just celebrates. We don't really know what he's up to just yet, because we know that Lee knows that explosives don't do shit to Godzilla. And it's not like he wants to kill Godzilla anyways, he wants to help Godzilla. So we'll just have to wait and see what this lunatic's intentions are. Oh yeah, also May has joined the rest of the team. That's not what I meant to do. May has continued to join the rest of the team. You know, she's now known as Korra. We know she's Korra now. But she's fine with Kate and them still calling her May. You know what's funny? In the flashback, if you rewatch the scene where May and Kentaro first met, which was actually flashed back to in this episode, when Kentaro asks her name, she actually hesitates and kinda unsure, in an unsure tone says, May. What's your name? May. My name is May. Like it's kind of implied she made up the name May on the spot. So now we know this whole time May isn't even May. Her name is Korra. I don't know, am I going to continue moving forward calling her May or calling her Korra? I don't know. And then, at the very end of the episode, kind of like an end credits stinger, not really, because it happened before the end credits, we see Brenda on the phone with someone, Mr. Simmons, I think, like someone higher up, and they have officially changed the name. They changed the name from AET, Applied Experimental Technologies. They have changed the names now to Apex Cybernetics. Oh, very ominous, very scary sounding name. Anyways, folks, I'm going to call it here. So, first of all, let's take a look. Our progress is now 219 out of 242. We still have a handful of evolutions to get. We still need this, which is going to be a big pain. Yeah, evolve, catch and evolve, I think. Evolve, 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 evolve. Evolve, evolve. So yeah, we're almost done. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.